We are back for match number 2 of the Super 5, the Super Form Calicut Heroes. The Red Hot Calicut Heroes are up against the Mumbai Meteors. Now, Mumbai sneaked into the Super 5 because the Calicut Heroes beat the Chennai Blitz in the last league game. It's a team that they were cheering for, the Calicut Heroes, and they're up against the Calicut Heroes. So loyalty is a fickle thing in this league. I'm joined by Key, Michael and Dewey. Let us look up and look ahead to the Calicut Heroes versus the Mumbai Meteors, who lost their last game and they missed that man, Shamim. What does the return of Shamim do? I hope he does play tonight. We don't know the starting lineups yet, but if he is back on court, what does that man's return do to this side, the Mumbai Meteors?
He gives them a lot, not only in scoring, but in blocking. They missed him at a 3-0 against Kolkata was probably, it wasn't a Mumbai Meteors performance. A, because it didn't go to 5 sets, but B, because they were lacking something. And I think Shamim, the blocks, and the soft blocks were a big thing as well, Keith.
Yeah, he's always up there in the blocks in terms of stuff that he's getting, but 22 rebounds is the number that really stands out for me, and those are the soft blocks. So basically, whenever your team has an ability to go again, it makes it easier for the defense, it makes it easier for the setter. So he's getting those touches at the net that just make his team better around him.
Yeah, and then it gives you a chance to use the likes of Shubham, Amit, and Hydrogen Boy, and they've got 3 good hitters in transition that can put the ball away. So it's not just the soft block, it's the domino effect that comes off the back of the soft block. Because remember, you've still got 3 touches as soon as the ball hits the block, so it's your 4th touch.
Yes, well, the Mumbai Meteors are perhaps the most well-oiled unit in this league because they played the most number of sets. They played, I think it was, what, 5 setters? And in the offense, they've got a plethora of options. We haven't even spoken about the very dangerous Ajit Lal. He seems to be their backup plan if Shubham and Amit don't do the job.
Yeah, he's definitely someone who can step up. I like the look of Shubham when he's having a good day, but he is kind of hot and cold, as can be Amit Gulia. So having that other option, just somebody else to step in. From the pipe, he's fantastic. From the service line, we've seen some strength. I think he's great.
I think he's great as well, but I do think he's got 34 points at the moment, which is a real good backup. Remember, he's the second outside. Amit's the main point scoring option. He's at the top of all the stats. But this man here is the missing puzzle piece. If he performs, he unlocks Amit and he unlocks Shubham to another level. It's another attacking option, but he's up and down, as Key said.
Well, I was looking at some of the points of the other guys, and yes, they're up there in the point scoring. They're also up there in the point errors that they're getting. So if they're not having a good day at the office, having someone to step in is huge.
I wonder what Mumbai's preparation was for this match, and if I were part of the team, I would say, let's go and watch the full highlights or the full replay of that league game where the Mumbai Meteors beat the Calicut Heroes 3-1. However, having said that, that was a time when Calicut didn't see Jerome at his best. Now, when you look at Jerome's numbers, you can safely say Jerome is Calicut and Calicut is Jerome. These are scary numbers from a man who can win this league on his own. On his day, he is unstoppable, Jerome Vinit.
He is an absolute beast. You can see his numbers there, 95 attack points. He's averaging 11 points per match with a 63% efficiency. So, and those numbers are coming, and I don't know if this is correct or not, only 8 errors is what the stats say. And that's just phenomenal for an opposite who's getting lots of high ball. He's out of system. He's always relied on to score. So to keep those numbers high but the errors low is phenomenal.
Yeah, well, the graphics said he's the backbone of Calicut, but I suppose he's a spearhead, really. He's the one that Mumbai will have to face first. If you are a Mumbai supporter or a consultant, an advisor, what would you say to them about how to stop that man, Jerome? Is there a way to stop him?
Great question. There'll be a couple of ways in my head, off the top of my head, without looking at any research. If he's on the right side, I would be serving very deep to the left side of the court. So I would be looking to serve as far away as possible, trying to make the ball go on angles that are difficult to set him, and then narrowing down his options. But he is so good that he still finds solutions. If you were to put a heat map on him, he scores in 4 or 5 different areas of the court. And if you compare that to other players in this league, they just don't have the same sort of variation, stroke range in the arm as he does. Plus, I think his magic in this league is that every time they're under pressure, the Heroes, they can just dish it high to him and he'll score.
Purely on the offense. Sorry, so go on.
I was just going to say, you say every time, but when they played Mumbai last time, they lost 3-1. So they must have done something really well to get him out of the game. Also, Parato wasn't scoring well that day. So if those two are not on their best form, this is not the Calicut side that is the strongest.
Yeah. While Jerome is clearly the best spiker on court among the two teams, if you just look at things man to man, two trios on court. There is Shubham, Golia and Ajit Lal on one side. There is Jerome, Chirag and Perotto on the other. Which one's better? Does Jerome tilt it in Calicut's favour, or would you look at the balance in the offense of the Mumbai Meteors?
It's so one-sided on Calicut's because I think those two that you mentioned for Mumbai really balance each other out well when they're having a good day. For Calicut, it's all Jerome, and Perotto's doing more of the defense, more of the tips, the rolls, kind of just taking care of things that are around the court so that Jerome can do his job.
Yeah, I mean, Shubham, we just looked in there, he's got 101 points. He's only 2 points behind Jerome, so he's having a fabulous season, but he's played a lot more sets, and his efficiency isn't as high. He just said the efficiency is 60% from Jerome, or even higher. So for Shubham, we need to get him to the efficiency of JV for him to be able to take this Mumbai team to the next level.
We spoke about the trio, but we haven't spoken about the duo. They may have 3 spikers, Calicut, but they've also have 2 coaches, Kishore Kumar and Shailen Ramdu. Now, I wonder what the conversation between the two of them and Ukra Pandyan have been about how to go about the offense. Who does Ukra activate first? Yes, Jerome is an easy answer, but would you want to mix it up and maybe not go to Jerome because he's the man that the opposition is prepared for?
I think that's a great question, and the answer, only Ukra can know it, but we saw what happened with Ahmedabad. If you rely too heavily on one player, and Gamutsu kind of falling down in terms of his efficiency, and then the team couldn't pick up around him. So I think it's so important for Ukra and for those coaches to make sure they do get the other players firing. Don't rely too heavily on just one, because if plan A does not work, there has to be a B, C, and D.
Yeah, and does Jerome Vineeth allow Ukra to set anybody else is the other question for me. Is it actually down to the coaches, or is it Jerome Vineeth pulling those strings? I would like to see, we know Chirag's going to be in the game. That's their split. Look at Chirag, then we look at Jerome Vineeth. Perotto's not getting a lot of the ball at the moment because he's passing incredibly well. I think he was at 60% passing last night. So as long as he concentrates on that, that'll unlock the middle, they'll have the pipe, and they'll have the back set. They'll have enough options if they use them.
And you saw how important in the last match, Anand is one of their best receivers. He was fantastic. He was a big contributor to the 3-0 win we just saw. So having someone like Perotto, who's got similar numbers to Anand, he's getting 4 digs per set, or per match, excuse me, that's important as well.
Have you realized that she's not even talking about Daniel Montezadi in this conversation yet, Minish?
Why haven't we? I wonder why.
Because he's quiet, isn't he? At the moment, Daniel Montezadi, for me, he was such a key player for Ahmedabad's title-winning team last year, and he's just not getting as much of the ball off Ukra. Don't know if that's a connection thing. I don't know if it's a tactical thing from the two coaches, but I'd like to see him in a bit more, because when he fires up, look at him, the Prince of Persia out there, okay? When he gets fired up, everybody gets fired up with him, and I think he's a 5th gear.
Yes, clearly Key Michael has a special liking for a player of his caliber. And I don't know if you remember, one of those matches I referred to Daniel Montezeri as a seasonal fruit. He doesn't get into the thick of things too often, but when he does, he delivers. Now, it's a galaxy of stars on offer on court in this match between Calicut and Mumbai. And so you've got to download the Fantasy Akhada app. Pick your team, win lots and lots of prizes. Quick prediction as well from these two. But before that, let's take a look at the RuPay League rules for the Super Fives. Remember, the team that finishes at number 1 at the end of the Super Fives goes straight to the final. And the teams at 2 and 3 will play the eliminator, the winner of which will go through to the finals. 2 points for a win. It's a race to 15. That's what it is all about. Quick prediction before we get going. I'll go to Louis first.
I'm really interested to see how Mumbai play after that loss to Calicut, to Calcutta. But I got to go Calicut tonight after last night, and I have given him such a tough time over the last 2 nights. But my player to watch is Jerome. Okay, he's scoring at 60%. The guy's on another level at the moment. That's my pick, ladies and gentlemen. That's my guy tonight.
Safe bet, safe bet. All right, I'll go Mumbai then, because I think they love going 5-setters. They love going the distance. I'm going to look out for Shubham because I think he's phenomenal. He can absolutely give Jerome a run for their money. There'll be a couple of points where they actually stack up next to each other, but that's going to be my pick.
Lots of color on offer on court, lots of color on offer in the studio as well. We've got 3 different colored shirts, a cream, a pink and a navy blue, courtesy Indian Terrain, our wardrobe sponsors. One goes with Calicut, the other goes with Mumbai. I'm off to the commentary box because I've got to get ready for the second game of the Super Fives. It is the Calicut Heroes versus the Mumbai Meteors. Live action on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
Well, the big games are coming thick and fast here in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Calicut Heroes, who are top of the round robin stage, will take 2 points into the Super Fives up against the Mumbai Meteors side, who were desperate to see the Heroes win so they could even play this evening and make the Super Fives at the expense of Chennai. Calicut starting with 2 points because they won the round robin, but they're second place at the moment behind the Delhi Toofans after they beat the Bengaluru Torpedoes just a bit earlier on. It's time to head to Atish courtside to meet the teams.
Monday Mania continues in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23 as we celebrate the start of the Super 5 with the second match tonight, and it is a blockbuster of an encounter. First to enter the court is a team that registered a disappointing result the last time we saw them, but they were waiting with bated breath last night to see how the results unfolded so that they could celebrate their advent into the Super 5. Please welcome the Mumbai Meteors!
Well, they might have just snuck under the radar to get into the Super Fives, but they are certainly deserving of being here, led by Captain Hardeep. The team from Mumbai have a lot of wealth in terms of attacks, defense, setting skills. They go the distance in every single match. Look out for Shamim in the middle. Shubham and Amit have been dominant in that outside and opposite spot. This team will likely go to 5 sets. Surprises are likely as well. Let's see what they've got here against Calicut.
Now this team finished at the top of the table in the league stage, and that means they earned the dessert of 2 sweet bonus points, looking to siege on the advantage. This is the Calicut Heroes!
The table toppers of the round robin enter this arena for the second consecutive evening. This time in the Super Fives with 2 points already on the leaderboard, having won the round robin. Jerome Beneath, the star man, with over 100 points already, but his execution has been special in their last 2 matches against the Blitz and the Ahmedabad defenders. But they have strength everywhere. Daniel Montezani won a title last year with the defenders, and they have Chirag on the left side playing well. They're strong, they're defiant, and they're looking for back-to-back wins.
Both teams are ready for this match. Ab machegi dhoom.
This is going to be a smackdown. I feel as though these two teams, very well balanced.
I think Mumbai have to be sensational this evening to get the result, but we know that they have the ability and the service pressure, and we also know they've had a little bit more rest time, which I think is key, but that didn't help the Delhi Toofans, or it didn't harm the Delhi Toofans, the fact they played last night.
Well, Calicut already a bit of luck. They won the toss, chose to receive. Interesting, so Mumbai will get the first swing at the bat, so to speak. Was that a cricket reference? I don't know. No. We'll see.
Absolutely not. As the Calicut Heroes, we've only just announced them yesterday. It shouldn't be too different. Luis Perotto, the Brazilian, starts as the setter. Vikas Mann has been very, very good in the middle. He'll start there with Daniel Montezani, the Iranian who won this competition last year. Chirag has been a surprise package during this competition, scoring on the left side very freely. Then there's Jerome Beneath, who scored at 48% efficiency and 44 the last 2 games for 29 points. It's quite sensational. Ukra starts as the setter. For me, they have the balance, they have the quality in the middle, and they have the strength on the outside to go a long way in this competition. And they have 2 head coaches, Shailin Ramdu from Finland, and Kishore Kumar just to the left of him there with those funky green glasses on. He was the sole head coach last year, and Ramdu was actually his FIVB instructor for a world level course. Well, Safir has the heart rate monitor on 88. That's less than D. Lee started, but more than Manoj Nair started with. So somewhere in between.
He's calm, but he loves a good dance move, so I'm thinking that's going to go way up. Meanwhile, the starting lineup for one of the few teams to have beaten Calicut this season. We're coming out with Amit Gulia, Ajit Lal, and Aravindan in the set. Shamim through the middle, Sarab Man as well, and Shubham Chowdhury will be joining him. Now this lineup is looking very strong. These teams are going to be battling it out here tonight. And again, Mumbai, having beaten this team before, know how to do it. This is a team that has some chinks in their armor, can find ways to outlast their competition. And meanwhile, head coach, of course, we know him well, Sonny Joseph at the helm, the mastermind of this side for Mumbai. He's looking calm, cool and collected. Well, we'll introduce you to our referees. But before we do that, let's introduce you to our co-commentator, Atish Thakral. Welcome to the English commentary box.
Pleasure is all mine, Keith. Hi, Louis.
Hi, mate. Sweet hair. Got the fresh one coming in here today, huh?
Fortunately, though, when we're in the commentary box, you can't see us. But we can see the action that is going to unfold between the Meteors and the Heroes. And aren't we excited?
I'm so excited. I think these two teams are very well matched. And it might seem one-sided on paper, one has more wins, but Mumbai, one of the few teams to really figure out Calicut this season.
I agree, and the only team to have that balance against them that they have in front of them.
Well, it's all about to unfold. The preparations are done. It just matters what happens on court as the Heroes and Meteors lock horns once more in the Super 5. The first point goes towards the Heroes. Courtesy that service error by the setter Aravindan.
Well, interestingly, Mumbai is coming off a 3-0 loss, and Calicut are coming off a 3-0 win. However, they did just play last night. They're looking pretty fresh though in terms of what I've seen so far just in the warm-ups.
I think winning helps, right? If you come off the back of a win last night, feeling good about yourself, yeah, you wake up, but the mood around camp's good, everyone's in a good mentality, and then you get straight back after it. I think if you lose last night 3-0, I think you're a bit heavy, you're living in the past a bit the next day, and it sort of leaks over into a next performance. This man, for me this evening, is important.
Yeah, had a very disappointing encounter last time against Kolkata. Scored only 1 point. Did the Hydrogen boy. The block didn't come to the fore. Shamimuddin tried, but he tried in vain. And guess who's in the points now? Is that man.
That man's always in the points, let's be honest. He's always in good for his team. There we are, the referees. Daniel M is the first one.
2 Daniel M's out there.
Of course, there's one as a middle blocker. Well spotted, and Ajit Kumar Singh is the second referee. There's an Ajit Lal as well. So 2 Ajits also on court.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Power of observation. Meanwhile, the man with the mullet, Praveen, comes in. Mata with the reception. Aravindan tells Ajit that I'm going to set it up even though it's completely away from him. Ukra does the same, sets it up for Jerome. Shamim picks it up. Gulia tries the tip. Jerome was too fast for it. Shubham Chaudhary is blocked through Peroto. Amit Gulia once more, this time much softer. Ukra Pandyan with the first touch. Chirag with the second. Peroto with the tip. It's been blocked. The Meteors managed everything that the Heroes had to offer them.
Yeah, it's a big out-of-system plays from both teams. I think the unwritten rule about being out of system is that the minimum requirement is that you have to try and get the other team out of system in return. So if you're struggling, you have to make sure of your offense that they're coming back in a troubled position, and they both managed to do a good job of that. I just think it needs to tidy up attack.
That rally, for me, just showed that Mumbai, they love to go to the distance. They're a team, and that might not be an example of it, but they're a team that can definitely outlast their opponent. Some teams get a little bit frustrated, they lose their patience, and that's what we saw from Peroto going into the block. But Mumbai seemed to be calm under pressure in that kind of sense.
Yeah, for me, that's just not the swing for Hydrogen Boy there. He's trying to hit the leather off of that one, and if he can just stay smooth and deep to the corners, he's probably going to put the pressure on the heroes.
Meanwhile, Jerome beneath. Ball crashes into Mata. Ahmed Gulia, who we fondly call the sniper, found his target this time.
Yeah, let's see how this man comes out, because against the Thunderbolts, he scored 7 points and he was in minus efficiency. But before that, against the Blitz, 16 points. Against the defenders, 15 points. There's been some mega performances from him.
He was also in the studio with us. I have no idea what he said, of course, because I don't speak that language, but he seemed lovely.
He also did commentary with us in the Hindi commentary box, and he mentioned he's most nervous picking up the mic. Nothing nervous about that, backed by Chirag Yadav, though, who's one of the bright sparks for the Calicut heroes.
And we talked about him a little bit in the pre-show, how Jerome gets a lot of, well, the glory, let's say, but I think Chirag has taken a lot, he's shouldering so much of the offense as well.
Gulia, meanwhile, takes a piece out of Mohan Pandyan, gets another point. They're just matching step by step as of right now on the two teams.
Yeah, good start this from Mumbai, really, because Amit's certainly in the zone this evening. It's a very good sign for Mumbai when Amit Gulia starts in this sort of form. They're going to need him. They're going to be out of rhythm a bit. They're going to be out of system a little bit. And they're going to rely on him to really deliver the goods.
Went for that big Indian Oil super serve, of which he has 3 in this tournament. Right, Sonny Joseph started off pretty calm, but now it's racing.
Oh, for sure. Whatever you see on the outside of this man, his heart will be racing the whole evening. I get that feeling from him. That he's calm on the outside, but that heart is racing already.
Chirag with the second touch. Ahmed Gulia with the pipe attack, but it was red. If this was an examination, Daniel Moitazedi passed with flying marks.
Raising the hand up to the ceiling. He loved that one. A cred super block from the big fella in the middle. 3 of them going up to get it. And that is not a great swing out of Mumbai, straight into the bottom of it.
I think that's a tactical thing, like that pipe sets like a first tempo speed in transition when you're under pressure, and then the hitter's got no angles. The quicker that you play, for anybody watching at home, the less options you have in a spiking sense.
Hang on a sec. How did Daniel Moitazedi end up in an outside hitting role just there?
First, look at what Vikas Man does to block this. Then Moitazedi reached.
There he is, just hangs out on the outside. Just get you a middle that can do everything. Why not?
100% efficiency as an outside spiker, Daniel Moitazedi.
Hey, he's pretty close to that in the middle as well.
He may be the Prince of Persia, but he's the king of the outside. Meanwhile, point going Mumbai's way.
Another thing we spoke about in the pre-show was maybe getting Daniel involved a little bit more. I think he's such a great energy player, not just in terms of scoring the points, and maybe they do save him till it's really, really perfect, but when he gets those big blocks, when he gets those big kills, he can really help his team in terms of momentum.
Jerry Daniel has stepped onto the court. Peroto, not the best reception. A pancake as a set by Ukra. Shamimuddin couldn't do much. 6s and 7s in this rally. Shubham. Ahmed Gulia. The moment Mumbai had control, Ahmed Gulia seized upon it. And how?
My goodness. My goodness, what a defense. First of all, the block of Mumbai pulling their hands away. And it's a RuPay contactless shot because I think Calicut were just stunned that that ball even came back up into play. Excellent work.
Brilliant dig from Shubham on the backcourt as well. Those are the little things from opposites that are not expected from them. And again, he's there. But if you can make those digs as a defensive opposite, I mean, looking at the stats now, they've gone down a little bit because of the games last night. But until yesterday, Amit and Shubham were the top defenders in the league, top 10. technical timeouts come around. It's time to take a very short break from us. Well, the A23 top 5 spikers, there he is. Jerome Beneath leading the way, as we know. Brilliant from him. Santosh catching up. But have a look at those two Mumbai marathon men. Shubham Chowdhury and Amit Gulia.
That's what's fascinating to me, is that you see the other teams with one big stud player, but Mumbai have two in that ranking, so that tells me a lot.
It also tells you how many sets Mumbai has played and how reliant maybe they are on only those two. As Ajit Lal says, no, I'm also there.
Yeah, that was a big play actually. That first pass, and that's the one thing that he's in the top 5 passes as well, Amit Gulia, but the one thing that might just hurt him tonight is the passing if he wants to score. If he's under immense pressure with the pass, it might just affect his offensive capabilities.
Speaking of pressure in the pass, Peralta, normally someone we think of as one of the better passers in the league, can't handle that overhead ball. And then everything kind of trickling together. It's a bump set from Ukra inside from Jerome. No real estate left on the left-hand side, and he runs out of space.
Yeah, I think that was Chirag on the right-hand side.
Apologies.
I made that exact same mistake last night. But at the same time, struggling to access the line. The pass isn't quite there. Shamim's in this team again. We spoke about him in the pre-show being such an addition for these moments and the times that he slows the game down. Fred super block. Mumbai are there or thereabouts at the moment.
And Shamim is back in there as well. He wasn't in the mix in the last match when they lost 3-0. So having him in the front court could be a huge difference.
Well, as of right now, after Jammu's full technical timeout has been all Mumbai Meteors because the Calicut Heroes haven't won a single point since, which is why they've taken a timeout to try and stall the momentum that Sunny Joseph's team had accrued. Shamim would be in a ski though, isn't he, for the fortunes of the Mumbai Meteors?
Yeah, he's so keen.
Safir, what is your heartbeat saying?
Ooh, popped up a little bit, right? Where did he start?
The dance moves haven't come in yet. He started at 88.
Yeah.
I think he's not dancing yet because he knows his heart rate's being monitored.
Interesting. Jerome Beneath, meanwhile, will make Safir skip another heartbeat because he's missed. And now it's a 2-point swing in Mumbai's favor.
That's huge. In the context of a game that only goes to 15 points, 4 points in a row for Mumbai. It's not only momentum adding, but also Calicut now have to climb their way back in and do it quickly. Well, who other than Daniel to get it done? Half moon from the side, awkward as you like, but he makes it look so good.
Yeah, and the great thing about Daniel is his most natural swing is to go away from the body. And he hasn't got that swing here because the pass is too far off the net, but he's got the hook back line.
And one of the things for me, as a former middle myself, what makes him so great is even when the ball's not perfect, he's not swinging blindly. He's not looking at his setter saying that was an awful set. He just does something and scores, and that's it.
And that was going to be my feedback on that Chirag swing on the right side, where Ukra put him in a bad spot, and he's still trying to handle it. You have to manage risk in this game.
Yeah.
That's something that top teams do very well. In certain situations, you can't go full set.
Here's a good example of it, I would say. Perotto realizing he's got a pretty high swing there. 2 blockers are up, but he goes even higher with it. He's aiming up. He's not going straight down into the bottom of the block.
Meanwhile, ever since the Mumbai Meteors got those 4 points on the trot, it was the Calicut Heroes that were dominating proceedings, and that's changed, as I mentioned it, because it's Shamim-Uddin yet again on the shot set, doing a Moitazedi in front of Moitazedi.
Wider set this time, just to try and beat Moitazedi and make him feel like he's under pressure. That was a brilliant little bit of play. Wider, you saw Moitazedi in no man's land there.
Better reception by Perotto. Moitazedi had to hang himself in the air for a while, but couldn't hang the ball in Mumbai's corner. It's a 2-point lead for Mumbai yet again.
Well, that might have been forced a bit too much on Daniel. 2 blockers are up. It's a little bit low. I'm not sure that he even saw Shubham kind of creep in there from the side. He was expecting that to be a wide open space.
This is one of the things, isn't it? When you play so well like the Heroes have done the last 2 games, your head's on the chopping block and everybody wants to beat you and nobody's scared of you.
2 points on the line because it's the SBI Super Point. Moitazedi. Amit Gulia gets a piece of it. It's Amit Gulia yet again. Moitazedi with the block. Along with Jerome Vinith. They shut the door. They win the SBI Super Point. It's even Stevens.
Big one. Big block. Here's a look at that SBI Super Point again. Daniel couldn't get it done on the first opportunity. Instead, he goes low and tight. He does not give up. He closes to his outside hitter, and that is a dominant block. Back on the serve now. Can he keep it in play? Yes, short one. To the outside, Amit again goes cross. Oh, middle's defense. Here comes the 2-handed throw. Mata will set. Shubham off the hands. That is becoming one of his go-to swings. We talk about Pankaj doing that really well. I think Shubham in small spurts can be equally as good at that off-the-hand shot.
I just enjoyed Daniel's defense followed by his frustration of slapping the ball when the offense didn't put the ball on the floor after his special dig. Oh, Sonny. Sonny, take a breath. Take a deep breath, Sonny.
We're only in the first set. Oh, that'll help.
Sort of on there. As tall as a mountain. And Mumbai have set point.
And Sonny Joseph's heart rate's incredibly high when his team are in control. Great blocking.
Of all people to get that big stuff block on Jerome. I said earlier that it was Jerome, but it was actually Chirag. And now, hang on a sec.
Has this ever happened? Jerome Vinith has been subbed as Ashok comes in his place at set point for Mumbai.
Big call by Calicut.
It's probably just because Sonny Joseph perhaps knows Jerome Vinith's game so well that they've prepared for him as much as they have. Oh, Shamim-Uddin, that's not what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you want to do without Jerome is make their team side out. Because he's coming straight back in.
Interesting. Why was he chosen as that substitution? I can understand why you'd make a sub, give the players something else to look at. However,
a wild sub because Jerome was on the front court. So you would never sub him off unless he was on the back court and you wanted to bring on another hitter.
Or another passer that's better at receiving, but he wouldn't have been part of that either.
Well, he's been brought back in so that he can go to the baseline and perhaps save the set point too, but he doesn't. He whacks it into the net. And the Meteors get maximum relief as they win the first set against the erstwhile table toppers of the league stage.
Huge turn of events here. Calicut with an error into the net by their best player. Hand over the first set to Mumbai 15-13. This is going to be a spectacular match. Come back after the break. Welcome back. It has been a phenomenal first set. Mumbai taking it over Calicut Heroes. And having a look at some of the stats, for me, it's the blocks that stand out. 4 of them on Mumbai's side. But if you dig deeper, if you go over to volleyballworld.com, you can see all the stats. And I'm looking at Calicut, and their top scorer right now is Daniel. And I love me a good middle, but you're not going to win volleyball games if your top scorer is your middle.
Yeah, Jerome is looking at an efficiency of 0 at the moment of 2 kills, and considering he's been up in the 40s, 50s and 60s, that's not quite the return that they would like from him, the Heroes, as the second set gets underway. Hydrogen Boy is an interesting one for me because I feel like he's just lost a bit of confidence in or how he was playing a couple of games ago. I mean, he's hitting a lot of balls out the back, and looking at his stats, he had that 8-point game against Kochi that was instrumental in their 3-1 victory, but he's also had a game where he was minus 35% in the efficiency against the Ahmedabad defenders, and he hasn't quite recovered from that.
Shamim-Uddin, on the other hand, he just does what Shamim-Uddin does best. He comes across as someone who's so unassuming on court, but yet he's so effective. One more RuPay contactless shot by him.
You're exactly right. He's not making a big show. He's not one of the tallest or physical players out there. But again, when that set is in place, making sure that he scores, making sure he's closing to his outside hitters just like that for stuff blocks.
Yeah, one of the big things this evening for the Heroes is that pass just isn't in. And Ukra can't do anything with that apart from top it to Vinith. And Shamim's already got across and sealed. That's not Vinith's problem for me. That's the pass in the set.
Is there some fatigue? Is it fatigue or is it overconfidence? Damn the man Moitazedi. He's trying to bump up his team.
I mean, there is a little bit of confidence in the Calicut team, isn't there?
I think you could say that. Daniel, come on with that angle. He had 2 blockers in front of him. He had to find that. That was not given to him on a platter. But if he's going to step up right now, I'm not seeing any of the outsides really scoring for Calicut. So Ukra has to try and find him.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Atish next to us in the commentary box does the best Daniel Moitazedi impression we've ever heard. And one day you, at home, might be able to hear it for yourselves.
Not happening in this lifetime, Louis. Not happening in this lifetime.
That's just for us.
That's just for close quarters.
I know this too.
Chirag Yadav, on the other hand, he's been quiet as well today. It seems like the Calicut Heroes, those 2 main threats for them, and they're well known, are Chirag Yadav and Jerome Vinith, and they've been nullified so far. Amit Gulia with the first reception wasn't that good, which is why Ajit Lal and Shubham had to play it safe. Dan, the man Moitazedi climbed. Shamim-Uddin, give him a taste of his own medicine. The rally's still alive though. A lapse of concentration by both teams. What's going on? Moitazedi kicks the net. Or was it Shamim-Uddin who kicked the net? What was going on? There's a review on the cards now by Sonny Joseph.
Your guess is as good as ours as to what's going on. I think that play was meant to be over many a rally ago.
Yeah, now we have to watch it again on the review.
I literally dropped my mic down thinking that the point was over, and suddenly I had to pick it up again.
You're not the only one. I think all the players of Calicut were done and dusted with that. Well, we didn't. That's good. Good lesson. Play to the referee, play to the whistle. Keep your mic up to the whistle.
Yeah, that's a lesson for us too. It just looked like in real time that was Dan Moitazedi that made the error, but the point went their way. This was real time as I was calling it.
I wonder what Sonny's heart's doing now. I reckon it's pretty high after this with the review coming and a bit of a scrappy rally. They're still trying to find out what the review's for.
So we recently saw that the NCAA started implementing the SBI Super Points in a couple of exhibition matches. Might they implement the heart rate monitor as well? Anyone watching
Probably.
out there?
Everyone's just going to start copying these great ideas from this league. That's so exciting. Daniel, where are you going? Oh, hang on.
See, Daniel was the one who kicked the net.
Yeah, so it should be Daniel.
The showmanship is good, though. He convinced the referees it wasn't him.
That's what I said. It looked like he kicked the net. But he kicked the net.
I think you're right, Atish. I'm with you. However, as I've said many a time before, we have no say.
Well,
if you remember, that play started with a swing from Daniel who was blocked, and I think he kept it in play, but he might have carried it, lifted it, and that's when everyone kind of turned around and they were done.
oh,
But if that's that last play right there, I mean, that's down as well. So how many ways can you break the volleyball rules and get away with it?
Now this is a different phase in the play though.
So is this the first point? Is this after he swung, Daniel swung, got blocked, ball
Wait.
hit the ground? This is where they stopped playing, but because the whistle didn't go,
and in
They
other
can.
news, that is a really uncomfortable position for Chirag to pancake into.
And also, it's very odd that the review that was asked for was for this pancake by Sunny Joseph's side, when clearly Moita Zeddy had the biggest infraction by trying to kick a hole through the net.
well, hopefully after all these angles have been taken, the right team will get the point. However, I have been proven wrong many a time.
The problem is, remember, you have to tick mark whichever review you're taking, and Sunny Joseph has tick marked that he wants a review on the pancake, that is a drop ball, and the point should go that way, and the review is successful. Eventually, after much trial and tribulation and thought put into it, the review is successful.
Well, now Motazedi is asking, is there going to be a replay? I don't know why there would be a replay. Ball was down. Point should go to Mumbai. The end.
We would all like a replay of certain things of our lives, Mr. Motazedi. Sometimes, just not available.
Do we focus on the volleyball, not on our heartbreaks? Ajit Lal, that's heartbreaking for the Mumbai Meteors though. Another service error by him.
Yeah, that's the thing with volleyball, isn't it? You have those big rallies, and it's the same currency, same amount as
Yeah.
a missed serve.
It's funny though, because there are some things that are not worth the same. In this league in particular,
Correct, though.
most points, however, whether you take 30 minutes to score it through the rally or if it's just a ball out the back, it's 1 point on the table.
Praveen, he's been brought in for one duty and one duty alone. Those lefty serves that swerve towards the far corner. It did swerve towards the far corner, but a tad too far.
We talked about this a little bit before the match. A serving substitution is so much pressure. You're sitting on the bench, you're cold, you're watching your team from the sidelines, and you go in and all of a sudden you're expected to perform. And I think Praveen's been doing a great job this season, but unlucky on that one.
Jerome! He's got the point, has he? Sunny Joseph wants to take yet another review. And Ajit Lal saying, please don't take it, don't waste it at this juncture.
I love Sonny. Just looks like he's up for a scrap, doesn't it, at the moment? Old Sonny Joseph. That's why he's my cup of tea. As, I think that was it. But Sonny's reaction was to go straight for that paddle.
Yeah, tough to tell from that review, but Ajit Lal was closer than anyone. And those reviews are like gold. Remember, you only get 2 in the entire match.
But with that spike, Jerome now has 98 attack points. Jerome Vineet with the serve, Hydrogen Boy with the reception, far set by Arvindan towards Gulia. Perotto receives after the block. Ukrapanyan sets for Chirag. Net touch. Who's fallen over? Has it been called against Shubham or Amit Gulia? If it's been called against Shubham, he is adamant that he didn't make any mistake.
Well, all 3 of them, and I'm looking at the faces of Shubham, Amit, and Man, because it could have been any one of them, but they're all saying, no, I definitely didn't. So there's the paddle for the review, because it was a fantastic block if it was clean.
Sonny's been dying to get that paddle up for ages.
There's so much confusion. Are you allowing the review? Ajit Kumar Singh. Has the 10-second time lapsed? That seems to be the case. Amit Gulia walking over towards Daniel M though, trying to make his case, being the first advocate. Yep, time's up.
10 seconds are over now, but they called for it immediately, didn't they?
Yeah, that's all subjective, Key. Yeah, it's a little subjective, isn't it? We've noticed time and again when the emotions run high a bit too much, and there's a confusion in the camp whether they need the review or don't need the review, then there are mixed messages going towards the second referee. That becomes a problem.
And the reason you only get 10 seconds is because this is a live broadcast. There might be someone watching on the sidelines that could feed that information to them if they watch the replay back and have enough time.
Yeah, fair point. Absolutely fair point. Mata, meanwhile, has to receive. Saurabh Man spikes. Mukesh collects. Vikas does the same. Jerome sends it back. Hydrogen Boy can only tip it over. Ukra Pandyan. A la Steph Curry. That's a splash and a half.
Ukra, you cheeky man. He makes it look so easy. Everyone else is scrambling to pick things up. He goes, here you go. There's nobody even close.
He loves it. That's exactly right in his wheelhouse. The showman.
Now I want to see Safir's heartbeat. Meanwhile, Jerome Vineet towards Shubham Chaudhary. Mukesh, not the cleanest of collections.
It was up though, and that's a pretty good start there. I think I would have liked to see at least one body on the floor for defense on that second touch, because in terms of a Shubham swing, that's tough to pick up.
Yeah, good touch in the end. I feel like all of that sort of, well, moments ago, Mumbai Meteors were in a little bit of a pickle, and they've let the Calicut Heroes back in, and the Calicut Heroes are pushing hard here. They lead 8-5. It's a more cool technical timeout. Means a quick break from us.
Well, what a turn of events so far. Calicut coming storming back. And here's a look at the Indian Oil MVP leaderboard. Jerome Vineet right there at the top. Is anyone surprised? I'm not. However, Amit Gulia and Shubham Chaudhary also on that list. If you want to get any and all stats of this league, head over to volleyballworld.com. They're also our international streaming partner.
Indeed they are. And what's also sure is that Mumbai Meteors won't be perturbed by this 3-point lead that the Calicut Heroes have. But Perotto fires up an ace to make it a 4-point lead. Now they'll be perturbed. Because last time around, remember the swing after the technical timeout? That's how Mumbai won the set.
I'm sure that if anyone remembers, it's Calicut. Perotto, awesome ace serve, crossbody from zone 1 to zone 1. That is one of the most difficult serves in the game.
Will he target Mata again? Nope. This time it goes towards Hardeep Singh, who's made his advent onto the court instead of the Hydrogen Boy. Mukesh digs oh so well. Chirag spikes. Mukesh one more time. Chirag. It goes to Shubham. It's advantage Mumbai. It's Hardeep, the captain. Ukra Pandyan. Mukesh has to set. Jerome Vineet. Has he got the touch? He's not got the touch. Jerome thinks he does. Shailen Ramdu with the paddle.
Ooh, the paddle, the paddle. Well, they have gone for the review. Jerome is 1,000% confident in this touch.
I feel regardless through this period here that Calicut are starting to bring their highest level. So even though they're losing points, they're actually covering well, they're making good decisions, the execution's a little bit out. So regardless of where this point goes, I'm still a bit worried for Mumbai for this set and for this phase of play.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like it's become a little more frenetic, hasn't it? The pace. They picked up the pace, both the teams, in terms of the action.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've lost the opening set, which is probably the best kick that they could have. Is there a touch?
Oh, I think there is. You can see those little fingers bending ever so slightly. If this is a touch, it counts as the 99th point for Jerome.
Attack point.
Yeah, he's already hit scoring points, but in terms of just attacking. I think last year Guru was the only player to get that.
Yeah, not total points. We're talking about attack points, and that's just spikes. Or kills, as the cool kids call it.
Are we the cool kids?
You're not.
Rude. I do call it a kill. If you want, you can call it a smash.
The fact that they're taking their time. Well, just as I said that, the review is successful. Jerome is on 99 attack points now. Just one shy of a century. Just one shy of becoming only the second player in the league history to register 100 attack points in one season.
He's been calm to do it, though, in this match. If that's only his 4th point, right? He came in with 95, so to be only halfway through the second set.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh, what?
Sonny Joseph called an SBI super point, and I don't think Calicut were aware of it. So Perotta's either being a little bit mischievous if he did know about it and the whistle went. Sonny's heart rate 112.
At least he's consistent.
Oh, I said this beforehand. If you put a heart rate monitor on Sonny, it would be high because he looks calm. But then you shake his hand, and it almost sort of like he'll take all the blood out of your hand as well as he shakes it. So you know fair well how he's feeling inside.
SBI super point, 2 points on the line. Called by Mumbai Meteors. Golia takes a swipe. Golia takes a mickey out of Jerome beneath, and Mumbai win the SBI super point.
Where was the block? Nobody up trying to stop that. Again, it's a great serve and a good move by Perotta from off the net. Perhaps it's the right move from Ukra. He doesn't want to be used as a target, but hey, Amit with a great swing, actually.
And it's the sniper at the baseline now. Chirag, Perotta and Mukesh for reception. Oof, his scope is completely off tonight.
I don't want to tell Amit Gulia how to hit his spin serve, but he comes in, he hits it from position 5, and his feet are very straight towards position 1. If he could just turn his feet towards the cross court a little bit more, when that ball falls inside, you'd be able to go and get it and hit it from a higher spot. He makes that mistake at least twice a game at the moment. Made it twice already in this game.
So many things to look at.
But we do hope that they listen to this broadcast yet again. As a replay, out by Hardeep Singh. He tried to go down the line. It's a 5-point cushion. Or can we call it a bed now for the Calicut Heroes?
Wherever it is, they are extremely comfortable right now. Here's another look at that, and Hardeep has just enough spice. Ooh, very close. However, timeout's been called instead of a review. 12-7 is the lead for Calicut. Mumbai on the back foot.
And this is how I feel that if they bring their top level for the Calicut Heroes, it'll be very tough to beat them.
Right, the Super 5 schedule in front of you. Till 14 March, you have these encounters placed. Bengaluru and Ahmedabad go head-to-head tomorrow. And then it's the Calicut Heroes against Delhi, who finished as top 2 in the league phase. And it continues till the 17th of March where we have a double header on the 14th and then 2 single headers, and then on the 17th, Mumbai, Delhi and Calicut, Ahmedabad wrap up proceedings. This could get very, very interesting.
I think so. We said this in the studio. Just because the Torpedoes lost today and they're bottom of that table, it doesn't mean they're out of this. Backs are against the wall, they come out firing. Who knows which way this is going to go.
They play tomorrow against the Ahmedabad defenders, who, when they faced off against each other during the league stage, it was all Torpedoes, wasn't it?
And the defenders should come out here with a little bit to prove. Their performances have been dwindling as of late.
Meanwhile, Jerry Daniel has been called on, and Jerry Daniel will go back off after that service error.
The service kind of fallen by the wayside for Mumbai at the moment, and we saw how detrimental that was to Bengaluru in the last match just moments ago when they lost 3-0 to Delhi. The team that can serve, the team that can put the other side under pressure is the team that more often than not will prevail, as the owner of Calicut knows very well.
Is that 167?
Yeah, he might break the half a meter.
Almost.
Well, this is not almost, this is definitely set point for the Calicut Heroes. Courtesy Perotto.
Someone get him a glass of water. That's why we love this. Well, through the pipe, Perotto has done a fabulous job. Stable. He served his team solidly into the lead, and then he's had a pipe attack to give them set point.
Okra with the soft floater. Back set towards Shubham. It goes off the hands of Chirag Yadav. They save one, but can they save 5 more? It's a tall task. A very, very tall task.
What's interesting, you called it a soft serve, but for me it was a tactical serve. Very short. It wasn't the easiest thing for Mumbai to get out of. Good blocking place, but just way too wide, I think, with the arms.
Arvindan towards Perotto. Shot set, Moita Z. He mops it up. No, it's still alive. Now it isn't. As Gulia misses, the Heroes have mounted their comeback. The Heroes have finally woken up. It is 1-1.
Yeah, you worry for Mumbai if the Heroes start to hit this good level. Montezadi solid in the first set. Quieter in this set because everybody else has started to fire around him. And because of that, the Calicut Heroes have got it back to 1-1. After losing the first set 15-13, they've won the second 15-9.
Welcome to Season 3 of RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23. It's time for the Indian Terrain Volley Trivia. Let's meet our super fans. And he's wearing Mumbai Meteors t-shirt. And what is your name? Who's your favorite player on court today?
Naushad, favorite player, and Shamim.
Shamim, okay. And he's without jersey. What is your name? Which team you support? And who's your favorite player today?
My name is Sendil. I support Calicut Heroes. Obviously, Jerome Vinith.
Jerome Vinith. Okay, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Please come forward. I'm going to keep the mic in the center. Whoever answers first will get the points. Okay? And you can win Indian Terrain gift voucher. Please get ready. Which Calicut hero player has the most attack points so far this season? Jerome. Both are at the same time. Okay, let me go for the next question. Which year did the Mumbai Meteors make their debut in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League? Year? What year? 22. No, both are wrong answers. It is 2023. Okay? I'm going to ask you the next question. What is the jersey number and the captain name of Mumbai Meteors? Hardeep Singh, jersey number? 7. No, 1 minus 1. Minus 1. Come on. 6. That's right. And you get Indian Terrain gift voucher. Let me give it to the Calicut supporter. And it's Sendal is the winner right here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thanks. Keep supporting the game. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw a winner right here. And please get ready to support. And you can also take pictures, videos, and post it on your social media.
Much better from the Calicut Heroes. 10 successful spikes to 12, 1 service point. Mumbai is still edging them out, but the unforced errors from the Heroes, the key to their success at the moment. And that was the underpinning factor of their early success in the round robin. Minimal errors, enough attacking options to cause anyone issues.
Yeah, well, you can get all these stats exclusively on volleyballworld.com, and they're also our international streaming partner. But what screamed out interestingly in those stats, Louis, is that Calicut didn't have to put in a single successful block to win that set.
Yeah, blocking and serving hasn't been their strong point until probably yesterday in the game against the Blitz. So I'm interested to see what changes. I mean, there are teams in this league like the Bengaluru Torpedoes where their DNA is very clear. Calicut, for me, we're still figuring out what their DNA is because they had to up their service pressure at times, and they did. Tonight, they've condensed the errors again, and that's quite impressive because when they play error-free volleyball, Mumbai are going to be under a lot of pressure.
Chirag Yadav, meanwhile, I don't remember the last time he's gotten a successful serve in. Are they asking for a review? Daniel Moitazedi seems convinced that there was a touch on the way. Jerome Vinith seems convinced that there's a touch on the way. So Shailin Ramdu and Kishore Kumar have been pressured into taking the review.
I thought so as well. Not that that had any influence into Shailin Ramdu's pressure to taking the review.
You were sending him some pressure from up here in the booth.
Was. Let's see though. Oh.
Ooh, oh,
yeah.
ooh, oh, okay.
Oh.
Amit with non-matrix moves.
Yeah, don't worry, Keanu Reeves. Your job role is fine.
That's a great review. I think you had to have a microscope, a magnifying glass to know that.
Yeah, course correction. 2 seconds ago, I was criticizing Chirag and saying that he hasn't fired in a good serve so far. That's changed after this review is successful. But Chirag gets another shot at the cherry from the baseline because of this. Yep, he didn't choose the red pill or the blue pill.
Well, that's unlucky for Mumbai. Pretty much a free point there. But Ogden has the confidence to go stronger the next time.
Hardeep, meanwhile, he collected and he spiked. Perotto, the block comes in, but the block floats away. And Calicut take a 2-point start.
How do you like that set? I love it. I'll just let you know right there.
Yeah.
Have a look at this. Come on. That is so fast to the outside. The blockers have no chance.
Yeah, I love it too, but how often does he get into that position? That's exactly the position that I think Upa should be in all the time, where his chest's pointing towards position 4, and then he can work off the shoulders. The issue is he doesn't do it often enough for me. Even better from Perotto to swing high off the hands there, where others would try to drill it. But I agree, it's a fabulous set. I just, without critiquing Upa too much, I would love to see his feet get around the ball to that exact position every time, because I think he would be an absolute magician.
You also had criticism about the fact that he never jumps in sets. You saw him leave the floor at that point.
In that case, he's a man after my own heart.
The thing that I like about him is that he changes it up every time. So sometimes he does jump. That was a jump set. Sometimes he's on the floor. And I'm thinking from a middle blocker's perspective, those are the toughest setters to figure out because he's not always in the same position, because he's giving away very little, and sometimes at the last minute making moves. I mean, really, really tough to read.
An 8-3 super spike there. The 4-1 lead for the Calicut Heroes in this third set. Praveen, it's a 4-2 lead for Calicut Heroes in this third set.
Yeah, that serving sub hasn't really worked the way it previously has.
And I remember, and you mentioned it earlier, Ki, I think we should probably build upon that. The fact that you use this serving substitution, the serving specialist, they're pretty cold when they're standing outside. So what does that person have to do? Can they actually just keep on warming up consistently because they know that they need to come in at certain junctures?
Yeah, you'll usually see players with rubber bands over there. Maybe they're jumping around, doing some abs, just doing a little of everything to stay warm, because you have to be ready when your number is called.
That's a world-class swing.
And with that, Jerome Vinit becomes only the second man in RuPay Prime Volleyball League history to register 100 points within a season. SP Guru Prashant did it for the Hyderabad Blackhawks last time around. But Jerome Vinit, within 9 matches, this being his 9th match,
Yeah, he might have another 4, right?
might have another 4. As Peroto takes a swipe and takes it well, the Heroes are running away with this.
Smile from Shiny Ramdu talking to the coaching staff. And this is what I meant. If Calicut bring their highest level, Mumbai will struggle to hang with them.
Especially when Peroto is getting involved in the offense. That one, an overpass off of a very good serve. But for me, we talk about Peroto being more of a defensive player, getting touches and rolls, maybe kind of keeping some stability. But that's certainly something that'll get the heart rate racing. There he goes, Safir with the dancing. It's about time.
Yeah, this is not 124. This is definitely going up with every single move.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, that's the owner of the club. In what other league do you see this in the world? That's why we love it here.
Yeah, he's awesome. Absolutely full of volleyball. A huge heart for it. We love it.
Sunny Joseph has calmed down a little bit.
I have a question for you, Tish. India is a huge cricketing nation.
Correct.
Even bigger than I even imagined it to be. What would you like volleyball players to do when they get a century?
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
What could they do? Similar to taking the helmet off and raising the bat.
I mean, everyone could have their own celebrations, right? Nowadays, it's just everyone has their own signature celebrations when they score a century or when they take a wicket. So why does it have to be uniform? Jerome Vinit can celebrate differently than an SP Guru Prashant or a Vinit.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great if they had to do a lap of the court in celebration for scoring 100 points?
When we propose this to the RuPay Prime Volleyball Technical Committee, add an addendum into the players' contracts. Jerome Vinit, meanwhile, he's done it before the contract has been signed, so he can celebrate however he wants, and they can celebrate now, because this is unassailable, one would think. An 8 to lead during the Amulpur technical timeout is usually unheard of, but the Calicut Heroes have done that in this third set. They're dominating the Meteors right now. We'll be back for the conclusion of this one.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, and here's another look at the Amulpur Emerging Player nominees. You've got to be under 25 and never have represented India. A couple of players from this lineup. Chirag, one of them. He's been fantastic in terms of leading this team and taking a big load off of that man's shoulders.
8-2. You think the Heroes should win the set from here on, barring a miracle on Mumbai's front?
They should. They've been fantastic.
Now, here's a contentious question, T. Now, knowing that there is such a big lead for the Heroes right now, do you think the Meteors should just give away this set with minimal effort and focus on the next one?
I don't think so, because the momentum carries on, and the way that you play, say the way that you train, like there's no such thing as game day. It's every time you touch a volleyball, you go with the full intention. So I think if the team were to just roll over and say, oh, we'll just worry about this the next set, then they would be playing catch up in the next set as well.
Fair that you say game day, but let's switch it around and call it game management. Save your energy. Come back.
No, I disagree. I don't think there's such thing as saving your energy, because you have to be able to play with everything, with your heart, every time you touch the volleyball. Credit super block here for Calicut, because they are storming away with it, but every single point that Mumbai has right now has come from a service error from Calicut. And the fourth one.
I tell you what, I'd like to know what Sunny's heart rate is at this moment in time, because I imagine he's pretty disappointed in the bite back showing from the Meteors at the moment.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's what I was asking Key about. 103 is Sunny Joseph's heart rate right now. It's definitely not climbing. I think he's accepted the fact that this set is out of their hands. Of course it's out of their hands, because Vikas Maan first put Shutter down to a block and now has added to it with a kill.
But what I like about Mumbai, and what I have liked about them this season, is they give everyone trouble every single match, every single set. That is a beautiful set from Ukra, one-handed to his middle. And he makes it look so simple, but if you're Mumbai, you cannot allow things to steamroll in that direction. You've got to form a comeback that might lead into the next point. Start now rather than wait.
SBI super point called by Sunny Joseph, meanwhile. Nothing to lose. Darshan, Vipul's come in as the setter, sort of Maan with a clever piece of play. This is the first point that they've earned themselves, and it's worth 2.
Well, it was man versus man, as Vikas Maan couldn't quite get the layout for the dig.
Good eyes, Louis. Well done. Jay Daniel. Ricochets off the net. Ukra. Pass set towards Chirag. He's imperious from there, isn't he?
This is absolutely Calicut at their best. A great ball in. Pretty much the perfect reception there from Peroto as he gets it to Ukra. There's shots firing from everywhere, but it's a RuPay contactless shot from Chirag on the outside. Just a little bit of everything working right now for Calicut.
Ukra, floater, Gulia, not the best reception. Left Vipul in a world of trouble, and therefore left Shubham in a world of trouble. It's a parallel universe where Mumbai might be having success.
Yeah, just 2 different teams playing 2 different ways at the moment. Calicut making low errors, serving good areas, putting the pressure on in the block, just like we've seen there. And their pass is strong, they're running the middle. Kishore Kumar's pointing the finger. I'm sure he loves doing a bit of that. And one-way traffic in Chennai.
And this is a tough rotation for Shubham, because you see where he has to start. He's all the way over and behind. Amit Gulia has to run around that way to get that ball. He needs a bit more height, I think, in this particular rotation.
Hardeep, Mukesh digs, but digs in vain. There's still 7 set points to contend with, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done a good job, the joint head coaches at the moment, after losing the first set. That was probably the kick that they needed after last night, just to get them back on this roll. And it's been pretty simple so far.
It's been simple and it's been sealed. The second set that goes Calicut Heroes' way has been more impressive in a showing than the first that went their way. This time it's 15-7.
I gotta question the strategy of continuing to serve on Prodotto. He's delivering overhead perfection to his setter time and time again. Mumbai need to find another strategy. Start thinking outside the box. What can they do differently from the service line? They're down 2-1. Calicut in looking good form. We'll take a short break. Come back for the fourth. It is a 2-1 lead for Calicut over Mumbai, and here's how they've done it. I'm looking at those aces. 2 service aces from Mumbai's 0, and the unforced errors on Mumbai's side just climbing the ladder there.
Nippon Paint mascot Robbie also knows that Mumbai has been serving too many errors and giving it on a platter.
Maybe we could put a heart rate monitor on him. Always got his fist clenched, you know.
Yeah, he's highly emotional, Blobby.
Too full of air.
He wears his heart on his sleeve.
Ukra, meanwhile, at the baseline. Start of the fourth. This a do or die for Mumbai. And Shubham falls by his sword as we speak. Look at Prodotto. He's like a bumblebee buzzing around.
I love Prodotto's energy. I think he's so positive for his team. And that's one momentum shifting situation, right? A big swing by the go-to guy from Mumbai goes out of bounds. Prodotto with really nothing, not even touching it, nowhere near it, but yet he runs over to the guys on the bench. That is firing up your team.
Ukra one more time. Hardeep, target. Shamim, block, point. Calicut's way. That's a double touch beamed against Shamim-Uddin.
Yeah, they have to turn the tap off here, Mumbai, because they're leaking points absolutely everywhere.
And this, to your point, Atish, that you were asking, when's the right time to start playing? Do you wait until the next set? No. They needed to start getting some momentum, some shift in their attitude in the last set, because otherwise it bleeds over to this one.
Yeah, and I think the toughest thing for Sonny Joseph to accept will be that they lost the first set, and since then, Calicut have pushed back, and and they've just melted.
Can you just give some credit to the Prince of Persia? Please give him credit for that dig from an outrageous angle just under the net.
Yeah, I would always give credit to the Prince of Persia just for eating his dinner. He's magnificent. But that was a great dig. And that's why he scored so much.
Again, those little things, especially out of a middle blocker, they start to add up. Just really important things.
The little things everywhere add up. And that's why Mumbai is struggling. Because all those little things, they're all not doing. So it looks a bit messy and it looks like nothing's going their way. But when everybody starts doing those little things like we saw from Montezeri, everything goes in the right direction. And that's sort of my point. Sonny Joseph will be really annoyed that they won the first set here and they're falling away.
And you know what's ominous for the Mumbai Meteors is that the Calicut Hero players are smiling now. They're enjoying themselves on court.
Yeah, but the last two sets have just been one big unforced error from Mumbai, haven't they? They've hit 3 out the back already in this set. They've served into the net and already they're 4-1 down.
To be fair, in that third set, even though they didn't win many points, Mumbai only had 3 errors because they're 14 by the end of the first 2 sets. Had only 3 in that last one, and obviously, but it's not like their performance had come to the fore. They cut down the errors, but they just couldn't get the points. This bounced and then gone to Ukra.
Yeah, Shamim being in the mix will do a lot of good for this team. He's one of the middle blockers of the season for me, but the first pass is in from Hardy. And that's a good set from Aravindan. He's falling backwards. He has to have a little look to see where Shamim is to then put it in his path.
Yeah, Aravindan's been brought back into the mix. Vipul was given an opportunity. Didn't do much. Pipe attack towards Chirag. And he's piped it through like a smoking gun.
There it is again, the pipe and how valuable it is in the squad. Just that 4th edition of an attack there causes complete chaos on Mumbai's side.
Is his shoulder warm this time? Man with the mullet. Praveen. He's definitely warming the ball up. Warmed it a bit too much.
Yeah, so that's the difference. You can see there that he slices the ball. So the left hand goes around the ball a bit too much. When he's hitting it real good, he gets right over the top of it with a little bit of an angle on it. The more you slice it, the more the ball's going out the back. Especially this ball.
For those who couldn't see, Louis was actually trying to show it to us in the commentary box. A visual reference for all of us to enjoy. Arvindan, meanwhile, towards Shubham. That wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but he made it look so.
That definitely was not an easy thing to do, falling backwards. He's off the net there. So the connection hasn't really been top between the center and opposite of Mumbai. However, that could be a good sign for things to come. I think they certainly can switch it on when needed. Ooh, Ukra over the net.
Yeah, Ukra was trying to be clever. The sniper takes a swipe. After much thought, Danny Lev picks up his left hand and goes towards Calicut.
I'm looking at the body language of Mumbai right now because I think what's defined them in those long 5-setters is they had that underdog mentality. They had that, we're going to grit this out, we're going to grind it. We've given them accolades for being the grittiest team. The grinta, something that I talked about a lot from Italy. But tonight, they're not looking like they have that.
That was pretty close, wasn't it?
That was pretty close.
Yeah, I think that loss against the Thunderbolts might have hit them quite hard. It was a 3-0 drumming situation we didn't see coming for the Meteors. And that might have just affected their grittiness, as you were calling it here, in terms of having that belief that they can get over the line against anybody. Hardeep is, obviously, we haven't seen a lot of Hardeep this season.
They're all over the place. Another reception error by Amit Gulia, forcing Arvindan for the overreach and commits an error. So it's Jerome Vineet yet again. Oh! The tape played its part. It was a little fortress in front of Mumbai.
Yeah, Calicut have to be careful here that they don't drop their level just because Mumbai have sort of given us a different picture of themselves. Look at Sonny's eyes. I love the man. I'm taking him home with me.
So here, okay, I'm looking at those two serves, right? Jerome's went just on the tape and didn't make it. The other one in the bottom of the net, two very different serves. The Cool technical timeout is here. We're going to take a short break, but make sure you come back.
Right, this is a new award that's coming after the Super 5. It's the Fair Play Award, where teams can earn 10 points per game with a positive and negative points awarded based on their sportsmanship, their integrity and discipline and respect in every match towards their fellow competitors, towards the officials. Each time there is something egregious, you will be docked off points. When you do something positive, you'll be given points. And in the end, in total, whoever performs the best in terms of fair play wins the Fair Play Award.
And I've seen you play cricket, Atish. That award might not be going your way.
It will definitely go my way, Louis. It will definitely go my way. It's the gentleman's game, and I'm but a gentleman. Meanwhile, nothing gentle about this spike by Ahmed here.
Too easy.
He does well to go off of Ukra there, and I think that was one of the weaknesses that we pointed out that might be something that Mumbai could target, and that's when Ukra's up in the front court blocking.
Mukesh with the dig. Chirag with the spike. Chirag misses.
Very close.
There's a lot of angle on that bad boy from Chirag. I like the audacious attempt from the young man, because he's coming in quite square on. He knows he's got two up. I don't know if he was looking for hands there, and the hand never quite got over the net.
Mumbai with 7 points now, and that's all they got in the last set. They've already picked their level up.
Ukra shot set, Vikas Man, short work. Easy peasy.
And this is Calicut playing really well. Mumbai have a little go back, and in with a good swing, one-on-one on the wing. But they're holding their own level here, and they're not giving anything away for free in this period of time, and I think that should see them over the line.
Meanwhile, Vikas Man with the serve. Arvindan towards Hardeep. Again, the setters aren't doing any better today for Mumbai, putting the attackers in all sorts of trouble. They've whipped in changes, has Sunny Joseph's side. Arvindan, then Vipul, then Arvindan again, but nothing's come to fruition.
You can see how late Arvindan is getting around the ball there. So because he's rotating late, his left side over-rotates, and then he sets tight.
And that's prompted a timeout by the Mumbai Meteors, because lo and behold, as they try to rescue something in this game, they face a 3-point deficit. The Calicut heroes, quietly confident. Kishore Kumar smiling and laughing with Mohan Ugrapandian. They're a confident bunch.
All right, let's just give a recap of the Super 5 tournament rules. It's going to be the best of 5 sets, as it always is. One team gets an extra 2 points, and the second team gets 1 extra point. That's after that first round that we've already hit. So Delhi was the team to get 1 point. Calicut was the team to get 2. Going into this Super 5, they already have that advantage. Looks like they're not going to need it based on the way they're playing.
Why wouldn't they want it though? Because the moment you win the Super 5, you get a direct ticket into the final. And Mumbai have called for their trump card. It is time for an SBI Super Point. Worth 2. Recently tried at the NCAAs as well. Which key spread across in our little group.
Wanted everyone to know about it.
Aren't we happy for it? Vikas Man with the serve, Shubham Chaudhary with the spike. Perotto tried, but tries in vain. The SBI Super Point goes Mumbai's way. And does this mean they can get to the highway though?
That's a big shift in terms of momentum and points in the match. An SBI Super Point, which is worth 2. And it's Shubham to do the damage there. An immediate swing by him on the right side through the blockers, cross to the defense, and the fist pump to go with it. That is big. Gets them 2 points on the board and 1 step closer to pushing Calicut out in this 4th set.
Mumbai need Indian Oil super serves. They need them. Perotto with the collection. Chirag with the kill. Moitazedi. I wouldn't even call that a joust. I'd call that a jostle, and he won that.
Yeah, for me, Perotto's just really proving his worth. That was a pretty good rip from the baseline. Toronto's first serve was on the money, and it allowed the Heroes to have that first rip on the wing and then build through it with Moitazedi.
Okra with the serve meanwhile. Arvindan back set towards Shubham. It crashes into the antenna. This time the signal works for the Mumbai Meteors. Chirag was there, he just couldn't do much about it. Arvindan now. Perotto one more time receives. Daniel hits. Daniel missed. There was an empty plot of land in Mumbai, but Daniel decided he didn't want to build something on it.
Again, good volleyball this though. He'll get the chance to build again if Perotto keeps passing like this.
They've taken the review though. Although Daniel seems a bit unsure whether it was in or out. They're hopeful that this review, but net touch it seems, in the build-up of that particular point, not because it was in or out. Daniel had hit it out.
Let's have another look.
Is it a net touch? Oh.
Oh.
If anybody at home has any idea, just please send your ideas into us and we'll share them on
from
air.
that angle, perhaps you see a little bit of net movement at the end. It's so tough to tell.
When you said "oh" earlier, it sounded like you saw something, but clearly
I thought I saw a little touch off the left arm of Shamim, but I don't know if that's conclusive enough for me. Just there. But the net's not moving.
yeah, the net doesn't seem to move much. So, I mean, usually the clear indication would be that there'd be slight movement in the net. However slight it is, even a sliver. This angle makes you think that he's touched the net at the top.
But the net itself doesn't really shake. So yeah, I'm thinking this review might be.
Perception is reality sometimes, my friends.
Remember, if there's not enough conclusive evidence, Calicut will retain the review, but the decision will be upheld, whatever decision the on-court officials have taken.
Sonny's heartbeat must be off the chain now. That's all I'm saying.
In fact, there was conclusive enough evidence. There was conclusive enough evidence that there was no net touch. And that's prompted the Calicut Heroes to play the SBI Super Point for the first time. Remember, the Mumbai Meteors were trailing 4-1 at the start of this. They were trailing during the Amurkul technical timeout as well. And now suddenly we have parity at 11-11, which is why Shailin Rambu's decided why not play the ace up their sleeve.
Gutsy move.
Yeah, roll the dice, do it.
I don't mind it at all. Peroto.
Wow.
Towards Ukra, towards Jerome! He's a maverick, and he's on fire at the right time! The SBI Super Point goes the Calicut Heroes win.
It doesn't get more clinical than that. The overhead pass from but also perfection. And coming in on a cross play, an X play. They haven't played that all match long, maybe even all season long, and they pull it out now.
Yeah, that's such a Calicut Heroes move right there. Only they would do that.
That's so good, so good.
Chirag. Arvindan. Hardeep. Mukesh tells Moitazetti, I'll set it up for Jerome. Mukesh one more time. Jerome yet again. Crashes into Amit Gulia. Calicut Heroes have match point. Courtesy their captain. Jerome Vinit wins it. This is aerial bombardment of the highest order. Now remember, Mumbai Meteors defeated the Calicut Heroes 3-1 during the league stage. This could be the reverse scoreline.
Yeah, they've been incredibly good value for Evane. They've kept the errors low, which has been very key. So they've not given an inch really to Mumbai since losing that opening set. And now they have 3 match points. Not this time, but the FBI Super Point was a great call from Ramdu and Kumar, the joiner head coaches. That turned the game back in their favour once again at the end. And that's a very good use of a timeout from Calicut as well. Just slowing the game down before Mumbai have the opportunity to strike back.
Yeah, things are looking really good if you're a Calicut fan right now. So Mumbai need to think about what they could do here. He's having a great time.
You know, if we check his heartbeat right now, it's not because he's experiencing any tension. It's because he's sweating it out at the court side as well. The reason why the Indian Oil Super Serve is so special is because if it's a perfect ace without any contact from any receiver at the other end, you get 2 points. And the SBI Super Point is what was used by the Calicut Heroes in such expert fashion. Meanwhile, should the Mumbai Meteors hit an Indian Oil Super Serve right now, we could have parity. Hardeep, can you do it? Because Jerome! Calicut continue to impress. Calicut top the table. Calicut remain on top here as well. How impressive are they?
This team has everything. In terms of a top-tier team, Calicut are proving time and time again that they are that team. Brilliant performances out of a few different people. Daniel, top scorer for the side, and that's incredible to think that Jerome hit 100 points here tonight. Well, there is something really special about this team in red.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that's very, very impressive for the Heroes. Montezani getting involved is a good step in the right direction. We've seen them struggle when the service pressure is high against the Torpedoes and the Mumbai Meteors in the round robin stage. Tonight the Meteors did not get the serve rocking and rolling, and that was a problem for them. The lack of errors was smart from the Heroes this evening, and I thought Shubham and Amit were pretty quiet after that first set, and it was never in doubt for the Calicut Heroes. I think they're going to have tougher games than this in this Super Fives, but with 2 points on the board already, put another 2 on there.
You're exactly right. Mumbai giving them 21 points out of these 4 sets. So didn't necessarily have the hardest match right out the gate, but this will be a huge confidence boost for Calicut. A 3-1 win over Mumbai. Well, we're going to take a short break and then return for the presentation.
Well, the second game of the Super Fives was between the Calicut Heroes, winners of the round robin, and the Mumbai Meteors, who had to wait on a Calicut win last night against Chennai Blitz to book their place in the final five. The Heroes carrying 2 points into the Super Fives, having won the round robin stage, got off to a pretty good start, but it was the Mumbai Meteors welcoming back Shamim that took the first set. They were solid on the outside. Ahmedabad again proving why he's one of the biggest forces in this league. But as the second set got underway, the likes of Jerome Beneath, the top scorer in this competition, was firing. It was a fantastic performance after that. Mumbai struggled with quality at times. This from Ukra was one of the plays of the day. The second set, it was 15-9 to the Calicut Heroes, and they started to really cook. Perota from Brazil was superb, 6 points this evening, but once again, his reception stats on another level. 37.5 efficiency there. Montezedi had a brilliant game, not always included as much as he was last year when he won the championship with the defenders, but tonight he was absolutely brilliant. It was 3-1 in the end to the Calicut Heroes. They move up to 4 points at top of the table.
Great way to start if you're Calicut. 4 points on the table now, but here are the points they got in this match with a 3-1 win. So many unforced errors on Mumbai's side, 25 points in fact, and that kind of did them in the end. 2 aces there for Calicut, but overall just a really good team performance by the boys in red. Meanwhile, we'll head down courtside. Atish is standing by to present some awards and the presentation for this match.
They certainly took their time, but after that, boy, did Calicut Heroes shine. In the first set, they were very slow. The Mumbai Meteors looked comfortable, but after that, it was just Calicut Heroes all the way, eventually winning 3-1 against a mighty impressive team. And in the Super Fives, now they've shown that they are favorites yet again. And in the presentation party to my left, representing the Calicut Heroes is Mr. Famir PK, the co-owner of the team. Representing the Mumbai Meteors is Mr. Abhijit Bhattacharya, the general manager of the team. And representing RuPay is Mr. Arvindan Tillai, the Chief Digital Officer, Karur Vysya Bank. The first award is the Game Changer of the Match Award. And it goes to a man who was so imperious in reception that it was very easy for the Calicut Heroes to rack up the points. It goes to Luis Pereto. You won't see it in the stats. He did have a few attack points to his name, all of 5, and also had that ace, which were also important. But when Mumbai Meteors was serving, he made it easy for the rest of the team. Luis, congratulations. How important was it to be on, have a winning start in this Super Fives?
I started this Final Five with a win. It's very important for us. We played yesterday, so we're a little bit tired, but we play with emotion, with brave. So I want to say thank you for Jerome. Yesterday he was at a very good match today again. So we play better every game, and we want to go to the final.
It seemed like the Calicut Heroes form in this game coincided with your rise in form, because in the first set you made a few reception errors and it seemed like you were going to lose that set. But in the second, third and fourth set, you were very good, Calicut was very good. What changed?
We started a little nervous, but in the second set, coach gives some tricks, we fix some things. So we start to play better and win this game.
Well, congratulations. Brilliant performance by Luis Peroto there, the game changer of the match. Obviously very happy with his own performance as well. Up next is the Player of the Match award. Now, usually, Luis Peroto has already mentioned it, when the Calicut Heroes win, it is Jet Jerome that wins it, but not this time. We asked him last time what nickname he likes. He said he wants to be called the Prince of Persia. So the Prince of Persia, Daniel Montezedi, is the RuPay Player of the Match. He will be provided the check by Mr. Arvindan Tillai, the Chief Digital Officer, Karur Vysya Bank. He's also awarded the RuPay on-the-go watch to experience hassle-free payments. And he also will sign the match ball for our guest. I guess the first question, Daniel, is that what did the coach say after the first set? What inspired you as a team to mount that comeback as you did?
Actually, last night we had a match. We had a hard match with a good team with Chennai Blitz, and coach just told us, "I know you are all tired, and just you need to use more brain. To be smart. You should be smart, not powerful." Yeah, that's inspired us, and it's motivate us to be more smart, not playing with power, just power, because the power is not here 100%, because last night we have a match, we are tired.
In terms of your own performance, we've seen gradually as the league has gone on, your defensive skill has come to the fore. Today you had 3 blocks. A few days ago against the Ahmedabad defenders again, you were very mighty, impressive against your former team. What has changed in terms of the tactics? Has it been built around a little bit more so that it can aid to you, or are you understanding how to play with the heroes much better now?
Actually, the block, the attack, anything is teamwork. And I ask if I can, I will be happy to change with Jerome, because I want to see Jerome as MVP of this match, because he deserves it. He's an amazing player. Anything is teamwork. Block. My block depends to side blockers, and my attack depends to reception, depends to set. It's a teamwork, thanks to all of my teammates. And I want to mention something. Actually, last time I was here as an MVP with match with Calicut, someone was here, Raj Chowdhury, and he's not between us anymore. And we love you, Raj, and he's not between us anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, commiserations to him, to his family, obviously. May his soul rest in peace. But thank you for that wonderful message towards him and his family. Daniel Moitazedi dedicating this to his friend, the RuPay player of the match, as the Calicut Heroes win yet again. And now, after that bonus point and the victory, they're on top of the table.
Well, Daniel Moitazedi, the player of the match, the RuPay player of the match. And I think after that interview, you can understand why we all love him here at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Hard-working, talented and humble. 8 points this evening for the Iranian, who won the league last year with the defenders. He might do the double this year, but a brilliant interview from Daniel Moitazedi.
Well, there's the points table as it stands. Calicut right there on top. They have 4 points. Delhi just behind with 3, as they had that 1 point going into it, and now a win. The other players, well, the other 3 teams still looking for their first victory. Here's what's up tomorrow. You're going to have Ahmedabad taking on the Bengaluru Torpedoes, who played today, so they're going to have to turn around quickly after that loss. The coverage starts tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Well, from all of us here at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, myself, Key Michael, Atish Sakral, Louis Lett, and Manish Batavia, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.